It's no secret that Pokemon Go is a community game, and being located in a city is going to give you a huge advantage compared to being located in a place where there's like nobody. If you know, you know. So today I want to go through how to unlock your local community, grow a local community, and no matter where you are in the world, get all the benefits of being able to play Pokemon Go with friends, with a lot of Pokestops, and a lot going on in the game. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. First thing I want to talk about for anyone who's new to this concept of local community and local friends and all that stuff, is talk about the benefits of having a local community. For anyone who lives in an area with not a lot of Pokestops, not a lot of Pokemon Go players, you'll all understand the struggle of not having anyone to trade with, not having anyone to raid with, not having anyone to have fun with, no Pokemon Go friends, and much more that you're missing out on. Compared to those players in those big cities in which around every single block during a community day, you're gonna see a player looking at their phone catching a Pokemon, which you could potentially trade or raid or whatever with. This is why remote raid passes, when they were introduced, was such a big buff, because it allowed these players in the middle of nowhere to take advantage of all these fun things like raiding that players before didn't have, and even adding the bonuses like 40-kilometer trade distance allowed players in rural areas to trade with a wider variety of people. So let's go through how to take advantage of a local community no matter where you are. So the first thing to ask yourself is there already a local community where you live? I see so many people always saying there's no one around me where I live, no one who plays Pokemon Go, and I have no Pokemon Go local community. But when in fact, you really haven't even tried. First thing I'm gonna say is almost every major city in the world is going to have a local Pokemon Go community. It's just a fact, it's gonna happen, it's a global game. There are players out there, you just have to find them. How do you find them, you may ask? Well, with a quick Google search of, for example, Pokemon Go New York, and then at the end adding the word Discord, you can probably find Pokemon Go New York City. So this is going to be a Discord group where the local Pokemon Go New York members reside and you can talk to them. For example, here there's 8,000 members in this group. If you're not a person who really enjoys Discord, you could go with Facebook. Searching Pokemon Go New York Facebook, you can find Pokemon Go New York City. There's actually multiple of them, and you'll be able to join this group and talk to the members. For example, 18.9 thousand members in here, people who play Pokemon Go in New York. Obviously, New York is a giant city, but if you want to go with a smaller city, for example, I have an aunt who lives in a city called Rennes in France. You can search Pokemon Go Rennes. For some reason, Google Translate always translates it to reindeer, even though that's the wrong translation. But for example, here there is a group I can go ahead and join with local Pokemon Go players from the city Rennes. So yeah, most cities in the world, you can simply do a Google search, find a Pokemon Go Discord group or Pokemon Go Facebook group that you can go ahead and join. Also, with the new edition of Campfire, which I don't even know if it's released globally or not, they've said it is, but I know people still can't get the app. You can download the app Campfire online, and that will allow you to find local groups. Once you log in, based on the location you are at, you can then come over here to the tabs and scroll down, and it'll show nearby groups. This is going to be all local groups. For example, there's an Nepean Centerpoint group near my area. There's also a Pokemon Go Ottawa group, and you can join these groups in which you can go ahead and talk to people and all that stuff and make friends there. So yeah, if there's already a community, join it, interact with it, make friends in it, and you can take advantage of raids, trades, all that stuff that you get from having a local community. But if you're one of those players who is in an area where there really is no local friends, how do you actually grow that play space? And this is where you're gonna have to take the bull by the horns. You're gonna need to be the facilitator who grows the local community. So the first step I always say is going to be to have a hub where all the local players in your area can go ahead and join. Similar to all these Facebook, Discord groups, these Campfire groups, you're gonna have to make one. So I definitely recommend getting a Discord account or a Facebook account, or even downloading Campfire and create one of these hubs for your local area. For example, if you live in a city called, I don't know, a remote city. Let's say if you live in the city Button, okay? You live in Button Town, but there's not a lot of people in Button Town, you know, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 people. Go ahead still and make a Discord group called Pokemon Go Button. Once you have that local Discord group or Facebook group or Campfire group created, personally, I prefer to use Discord because I think it's the best for gaming, but I know Campfire is obviously made for Pokemon Go, but to be honest, Campfire just like ripped off Discord, so I don't really know. Nonetheless, make a group, maybe make all three. You'll then have that local hub where all the new players, the new people coming to Button Town can go ahead and join and say, I want to find local players in my area. And then go ahead and search Pokemon Go Button and hopefully find your group and then make friends with you. Now, unfortunately though, it's not that simple. Growing a community takes time, it takes effort, and just because you've made the Facebook or Discord group, unfortunately the internet, it doesn't just spread it to all those people that you want to. You're gonna have to do a little bit of work to get it to grow. So the number one thing you can do is gonna be to advertise it to local players. When you're out during community day, during spotlight hour, during whatever event, and you see those local players, you see those people playing Pokemon Go, definitely go ahead and tell them to join the local group, join the local Facebook group, so you guys can all interact in there and make better plans around your raiding, your trading, and all that stuff. I also recommend advertising it to people who don't even play Pokemon Go. If you see local people who are just walking around on a walk with your dog, you could say, hey, maybe you should check out Pokemon Go. We got this local Discord group, go ahead and join. We've got plenty of fun for you to be had in there. Definitely come join and hang out with us. Obviously, it's not always gonna work, and not everyone's gonna be like, yeah, let me just join, let me check this out, Pokemon Go button. What a sick village we're in. But it is still worth an effort, and to grow that community, it's gonna take some hands-on work in asking these people to join and make some moves towards that. The second thing you can do to grow the community is gonna be to foster it. By hosting events during raid hours, during spotlight hours, during community days, and having everyone meet at a certain location and then, do a certain route and catch Pokemon, you're fostering that community, you're growing that community, and you're allowing people to have fun and enjoy and experiencing that community. So by you being a planner in which you're gonna plan events for the local community, this will allow the local players who are in that community to enjoy it more and maybe even spread it more word to mouth to their friends. Also, you may, during a raid hour, when all your community is walking from raid to raid, you may have some people asking, hey, what are you guys doing? And you could add Pokemon Go players in that way. I've had plenty of people when I'm walking around playing Pokemon Go and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing Pokemon Go, you should check it out, it's a great game. And who knows, maybe they start playing it, I don't really know, I never follow up, but nonetheless, tell people about your local community, tell them where to join it, and then also go ahead and plan events in that local community. Now I understand it's not that simple. Some of you really live in the middle of nowhere where there's no one. And to have a community, it's really easier when there's just generally a hub or an area. For example, a little village, a little town. It doesn't matter how small or how big, but if you just live on some random road with not a single town center in your area, it's gonna be pretty hard to grow a community. But if you do live in a smaller town where you do believe there's no community, trust me, it is there. You just need to grow it and prosper it. It's not gonna happen in a day, it's not gonna happen in a week, not in a month. But if you just create that hub, that Facebook, Discord, or Campfire group, and you create those events where even if just you and a friend are going to do a raid route, over time, more and more people will join, more and more people will leave, but you will still have a community there for you. I do quickly want to mention the Community Ambassador program. If you are one of these local trainers trying to foster your local community, you can try to become a Community Ambassador by applying through the link below. This pretty much allows you to have your events on the actual official Niantic maps. You can also get some exclusive codes which you can give out to your local community and pretty much just help you foster that local community. If you're interested in it, check it out. It could be another thing to take your local community to the next level if you have a lot of enthusiastic trainers in your area. I would love for you guys, if you are in a Pokemon Go local community, to comment below some stories about your communities, how you find your community, and comment below if you enjoy your community or not. I truly think Pokemon Go is always better enjoyed with friends, and there are some, unfortunately, just gameplay aspects that are actually locked behind having friends. So I hope this video helped you guys out in trying to find more of the local community, more of those friends to play Pokemon Go. And although we've lost most of our global community with remote raids and different changes coming, I hope we can still prosper a local community growth and you guys can have plenty of fun with that. With that being said, that's gonna be it for me. Fall sports tips, everybody. Peace.